to another episode of 5 Minutes of Finance on Fridays. We're going to try to do this in 5 minutes. So let's get it started. Today we're going to talk about financial revelation. And we know that revelation in the spiritual sense is about a spiritual, divine, or supernatural disclosure to a human being about something that's human nature or relating to the human existence. In the general term of a revelation, it is a surprising or previously unknown fact, especially one that is made known in a dramatic way, or it's used to emphasize a surprising or remarkable quality about someone or something. So when it comes to our finances, sometimes we just basically a light bulb goes off and we just come to the conclusion, or it's revealed to us, something remarkable about our finances, whether it be oh shoot, I'm in trouble, or oh shoot, I'm doing really, better than I thought. And so I just want to talk about how where my financial revelation came from, where this inkling and where this desire to grow and be more educated in the area of finances came from. Initially, it was about, several years ago. I was actually at an eye doctor's appointment for my children, and I don't remember how the conversation started, but the eye doctor, she was mentioning something. I have no clue what the context of the conversation was, but she mentioned Dave Ramsey. At that time, I had not heard of Dave Ramsey, and she began to talk about how he went from blah blah blah. Anyway, so from there I started researching and listening to his podcast, and it was listening to the debt-free calls and listening to the different stories of how people turn their finances around. It really kind of intrigued me, and so I had the revelation, let me just see, and see where I am. And at that point, before you get the revelation about your finances, if you're looking to turn your finances over, you could be in a perfectly fine space, and I was fine for all inclusive purposes. There was no issue. I never had my accounts go in the negative, which may not be the case for everybody, but on the surface, it looked good. Kind of like the iceberg. You only see the tip of the surface, so everything was fine, and so I thought. And so after some time, I actually sat down and wrote down all of my bills and all of my debts, more so focusing on the debt area. And I just kind of created my own spreadsheet and literally just listed out every debt account that I had, along with the balances. And then when I totaled them up, it was like, woo, this is how much I have in debt? Wow. And so, yeah, I realized I had a heaping pile of debt. And at that point, I said, it's time to figure out what's going on. And from there, it was, okay, let's figure out why I had accumulated so much debt. And so my point is that once I had the revelation about, it's time to just, basically at that point, we had no financial plan. We were just, we got money, we spent money, we never checked accounts. It was like, okay, credit cards, blah, 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 we'll pay it off, blah, 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 not realizing how much interest you're paying because you're not really planning or budgeting or minding your money. You're not stewarding it well. We basically were just kind of living in the moment. We were YOLO. And for me, writing everything down was that revelatory moment. It was that aha. It was, I really have this much in debt. And so some of the terms that, synonyms, when you look up the definition of revelation, some of the terms that describe it or that are similar or synonyms could be a disclosure, a surprising fact, declaration, and utterance, or acknowledgement, or confession. And the main point that I want to make was, for me, writing it all down was basically a disclosure of where I was. It basically disclosed to me where I was. I mean, I was there, I just had no idea where I was. So writing it down was a disclosure for me, but it was also an acknowledgement. It was an acknowledgement that, this is where I am, and this is really not where I want to be. I want to do better. So again, have you had your financial revelation? And if so, is it in the good, or is it in the bad? Is it, I could do better, or I'm doing okay and I could do a little bit better, or I'm doing bad and I need to do a lot better. So for each of us, we all have different financial revelatory moments, and just wanted to share with you all where mine came about. So let me know in the comments, if you had your moment, or if you're looking to get that moment, or if you just need to know where to start. And again, with me, I say writing it down, not to quote scripture, but to quote scripture, write it down, make it plain. Writing it down for me really kind of made it plain. It really was that disclosure and acknowledgement. So that's all for today. I'll see you all next week. Have a wonderful weekend.